Alright, what is up, YouTube? Back today, a little warmer. Put that down just a little bit. And no, I did not park like this. I was just stopping to turn this on. Just came back from trying to find another job. Lots of fun, just so much fun. Yeah, this is just a random place I stopped at just to turn the GoPro on because I know I haven't filmed in a while, so make this turn. Wish I would have had the camera on, so a freaking brand new C7. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen it a couple times driving on the street, but I saw a brand new one. It's pretty cool. It was like a couple minutes before I decided to stop and turn on the camera. Same thing happened the other day. I was gonna record after school, and but it was raining, and I was like, oh well, I don't really want to make a video in the rain. And then it just so happens that there's an STI that like an 05 STI that pulls up next to me, and we're just sitting there talking, and then the light turns green and he just takes off. I was like, hey, yeah, my car is definitely not that fast, huh? Not even close. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. He took off, and it was crazy because it was raining. You know how much grip those things have. I forget where I'm going. Oh shit! Missed my turn back there. Jeez, that sucks. I don't trust people. Like, they're in that lane, but I feel like they would just switch out of nowhere. I don't trust them. I have to trust this guy. I don't want to speed off in front of the cops. I'd rather not do that. So funny story about, speaking of cops. I think it was like 3 months after I got my license. It was like just after I started school, which was in August sometime, and so like I come out of my school, and the speed limit is 35 during school hours, and normally it's 45. And I was not thinking about it. I was listening to music, and I wasn't thinking about it. And I ended up going like 51. I come over this little hill, going 50 something, and then see the cop, and I look down. I'm like, oh crap. And yep. So now, before you say, oh my God, how are you still driving or whatever, pulled me over, and even better story, this is when I had red rims, so it just made it look even worse. That, I mean, there's nothing wrong with red rims, but he's gonna, well, I guess he's not going to, he could think that you're some street race or whatever. I don't know what they think, but and you can think you can do whatever you want, but I don't think that. I just like the way it looked at the time. And he pulls me over. He's like, "Yeah, how fast you were going?" And I was like, you know, to be honest with you, jeez, those railroad tracks are bad. I was like, you know what? To be honest with you, I was really going like 45. He's like, well, I clocked you at 51. And I was like, oh God. I knew I was going 50, but I mean, I wasn't gonna be like, yeah, I was going 35. Like, obviously, I don't get why people do that. He pulled you over, and you know you were going fast, so obviously he caught you. So I don't get what the point in lying is. That's not going to help your cause. So, and he was like, okay, can I see your license and your registration? I'm like, okay, here's my license, and I can't find my registration. Yep, not in my glove box. And so I'll just tell you, after the fact, when I got home, I found it in my book bag because the school had to make a copy of it for my parking pass, and it was in my book bag. So technically it was in the car, but it was in my book bag. I had no clue where it was. Is this the way I want to go? No. Oh shit! God, that is loud. Yeah, that's loud. I swear that happens to me like not every day, but it happens so much. One time I swear this fire truck almost hit me. Anyway, back to my story. He was like, okay, just let me see your license. I give him my license. He goes back to his car, and I'm waiting there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just shaking because I just got my license. I think if I still got pulled over, I'd probably be shaking a little bit. Whatever. Call me a wimp, whatever you want to call me. I mean, you get pulled over. I mean, I don't have the money to pay it, and my parents are really strict. They don't want to. Like, if I get pulled over, you know how much insurance goes up. I'm betting some of you know that. Yeah, I probably wouldn't drive, or well, at least this car. I wouldn't be driving this car. And so and he comes back. He's like, since your record's clean, I'll just let you off with a warning. Okay? And I was like, oh, thank you. I was polite and everything, and I said, officer, yes sir, everything like that. He was like, also, if you don't know where your registration is, that can also be another ticket. I was like, oh Jesus. And then so he's like, you need to tell all your friends at school, make sure that they're not speeding around here. Crap, I think that was the turn I needed to make. Don't remember. God, I don't even know my way around here. He said, this isn't a good way to start off, so I'm gonna give you a warning. But you need to tell your friends at school, don't be speeding through here, because next time I catch any one of you, you're getting a ticket. And I was like, yes sir. And so then he left, and I was thinking about the whole time, and it was literally, oh excuse me, it was literally like, obviously like I said, like it was like I could see my school from where I pulled over, and all of my friends drove by as I'm sitting there pulled over, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. Surprisingly, I didn't get any crap from anybody. Nobody said anything. Everybody drove by, and it was like when he was in his car, I looked over, everybody driving by, and they were all just looking at me. I was like, oh, jeez, this sucks. Actually, if you watch my earlier, like some of my videos before, my friend Matt with an FRS, we didn't really know each other back then, and I was pulling out of where I pulled over from, and he just looked at me. He didn't know I got pulled over, and now we're friends. But yeah, that was like I swear the most tense day. I swear, I think I drove home like 5 miles per hour under the speed limit all the way home. I was so terrified. Even though I didn't get a ticket, but then I was like, well, either I don't tell my parents and nothing happens, or no, I tell my parents and whatever they do to me, whatever happens, or I don't tell them and they find out from like one of my friend's moms driving by or something. So I was just like, yep, I'm just gonna tell them. So I told him, and then, well, I told my mom because my dad wasn't home, and she was like, oh no, I told her I got pulled over, and her face was just like, she was like, how fast were you going? And I was like, bet you were scared, right? I was like, yeah, I was. And he was like, well, at least you learned your lesson. You'll never do that again. And she didn't say anything after that. Didn't do anything, which I was thankful for. I had no clue what was going to happen. And I've never done that ever again. Every time I come out of school, I literally go like 2 under. Because like there's always a cop there. Like I've seen him sitting there before. And some of my friends, they come out of there flying down the road. I'm like, oh geez, I feel bad for you if you get pulled over. Like that sucks. I never want to do that again. But yeah, so speaking of school, real quick, yesterday, you know, I came outside and I saw these 2 cars parked, and they were like this close to each other, and they were like on the road out of my school, so one is like a newer BMW, like not expensive one, like the lowest model, which is still expensive, but and then he was like on the inside, like near the curb, and then this piece of crap, I don't even know what it was, like I can't even tell you what it was. That's how bad it is. I know my cars, and I couldn't even tell what it was. And she's sitting there, and she's standing outside the car. Everybody has to turn around and go around, and I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, I think it's a wreck, maybe like she clipped him or something. And so I like come up there, I go in front of him. She T-boned him. Like, how do you T-bone somebody in a school parking lot when there's like hundreds of people leaving at one time? Like you move like a mile per hour, like every 10 minutes. No, not like that, but you move like most of the time you're not even moving. Like you just scoot up one spot like each time. And I don't know how it was. I saw like the kid with the piece of crap ran into the BMW, just for information, and the whole door was just dented in, like those sound effects. Yeah, just whole door dented in. I was like, oh dude, that sucks. If somebody did that to me, they better be like, oh my god, are you okay? Or I'm gonna be mad. Why did I just put it in first? Oh my god, I was not thinking. Whatever. Yeah, so that's it. Ooh, I'm gonna have some fun on this ice. This ice has been here for like 3 days or something like that. I don't want to get all my tires in it. Watch this. Oh, it's just like snow now. That's gay. Okay, here, let's see if I can do it. Well, that was fun. And now my car's probably all dirty. Who cares? It's been dirty. So anyway, guys, about to be at home. That was my story for the day. And you know, thanks for watching. I will be making more videos coming up soon, very soon. Some better videos, especially because when it gets warmer, there will be better videos and more videos, stuff like that. It's just so hard to do it in the cold. But as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.